Welcome to the very first step, cleansing. A long time ago, there was one of the world's very first skincare experts. His name was Erno Laszlo, and you can still buy his products today. Erno was Hungarian, and because he understood that he was selling to a global audience, that the language barrier may be a problem when diagnosing someone's skin. So he developed what he called the clocking system. And as I understand it, and anyone watching who's a Laszlo expert may correct me on some of the details, but as I understand it, he assigned a time that represented your skin in a certain way. So I'm saying this because I want to talk about oiliness. The very first question that I ask my clients when they sit down with me is, at what point in the day do you notice oil appearing on your skin? And let's say that you do your makeup and leave the house around 8 o'clock in the morning. I want to know exactly how many hours does it take before you happen to notice oil on your skin. And Erno would have assigned a timestamp to these things. The idea is to understand, are you an oily skin type, a combination skin type, or a normal skin type, or a dry skin? So Erno would have said something like this. If maybe you see oil at 10 o'clock, meaning it's only been a couple of hours, you're definitely an oily skin type, etc., etc. Do you feel me? So I say this because 99% of the people that I meet that say that they're oily aren't oily. So if you put on your makeup at 8 o'clock in the morning and by 12 you notice a little bit of shine in your nose, that's normal. And I don't want you to continue to be using a cleanser, since we're talking about cleanser, let alone anything else that we're talking about in the rest of the video series, that is geared to an oily skin type when you're not oily. And most of us start out through our adolescence as an oily skin type, but as we get older, we don't want to get into the habit of continuing to buy those products that are geared for an oily skin type when we're not anymore. That is only going to cause your skin harm, and the side effect is going to be premature aging. We don't want any of that, do we? That's why you're watching this. So I want to make sure that I understand fully what your skin type is, and that's the first thing that you're going to need to do when choosing a cleanser, is choosing one that's appropriate for your skin type. So again, if you are a grease ball within a couple of hours, you're oily. If you're a little greasy within maybe about 4 hours and the oil mostly appears on your T-zone, which is the forehead and the nose area, you're a classic combination skin, especially if you feel a little bit dry on the cheeks always. If you're a normal skin and you just don't really get shiny at all, except when it's warm outside or you've been having a lot of physical activity, that's a pretty normal skin. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say any of this, you're dry, okay? So those are the kind of four types of skin that everyone sort of agrees on in the industry, and you want to first choose a cleanser that's going to cleanse appropriately, meaning how much detergent does it have? You do not want to have a cleanser that leaves you dry and tight feeling immediately upon using it. You feel me? So if that's what your cleanser is, or if you're using soap, which will definitely make you feel dry and tight, I don't care if it's Dove, it'll still make you feel dry and tight, then that means that it's stripping too much out of our skin. Our skin has a beautiful balance of natural oils and natural waters that keeps it healthy, keeps it protected, and in the long term keeps you younger looking. So the worst thing that you can do is cleanse with too harsh a cleanser, but also you don't want to cleanse with a foo-foo cleanser that's not going to get everything that we need off either. Okay? So choose a cleanser with that in mind. Also, choose a cleanser in one of the following types. We have creamy cleansers, we have cleansing oils, there are foamy cleansers, and am I forgetting one? Creamy. Then there's a gel cleanser. I think that's mostly what we see. Any of them are fine, you guys, so really it's about your personal preference and texture. Oh, and there's also cleansing milks, my favorite. I've written about them before. But that's Makeup 102, so we're starting with Makeup 101, Skincare 101, so I'm not going to get into the milks quite yet, but you can write me about that. The main thing is choose a cleanser that has a low enough detergent level, or we call them surfactants, that's not going to be too stripping, and something that is easy to use. So if you're the type of person that cleanses their face in the shower in the morning really quickly, great, do that. If you're someone that wants to take a little bit more time with your cleanser, you can do that too. But those are the 4 ways to cleanse. But again, choose a cleanser, a facial cleanser. Don't use soap. Rinse with water. And in the next video, we're going to talk about toner. One additional note about cleansing. If you happen to own St. Ives Apricot Scrub, I want you to pause the video right now, go into your bathroom, take that bottle, and throw it immediately in the trash and never, ever, ever buy it again. It's also really important to cleanse your face twice a day. Why? Well, first of all, cleansing in the morning is important because as we sleep, our pores detox. Our body detoxes. Everything detoxes. And out from your pores come whatever toxins happen to be in your body. Somebody asked me, what toxins? What are you talking about, toxins? Well, we encounter toxins in everything. We encounter toxins in what we drink, not just alcohol, but there's stuff in soda, there's stuff in tap water, there's stuff in bottled water. There is, things that are unnatural chemicals and stuff that our body processes through the liver and then has to get rid of. And we don't get rid of all of them when we urinate. Sorry to talk about bathroom stuff here, but I have to. A lot of the toxins that we ingest that our body has to excrete come through the pores. That's why we sweat. And not just our particular areas of sweat that we're commonly used to, but also through the pores on everywhere else, such as the skin. So when you wake up in the morning, your face has toxins on it that need to be removed. And that's the very first step in having beautiful skin, is removing those toxins in an effective way. So that's why we cleanse in the morning. Then let's talk about the environment. We live in a dirty environment. There is air particulate. Pollution is particulate. You can see it in the microscope. And as we're going about our day, especially if you live in an urban area, it falls on us. It's why we have to wash our windows in our homes. It's why if you go out to your car, you notice after a few days after washing it, there's stuff on it. It's not just pollen, you guys. It's stuff that's in the air. So after a whole busy day and you come home, that's on your skin too. Not to mention, hopefully, you've put on makeup as well, and that needs to be removed too. So we're really looking at an effective beauty routine, including twice a day cleansing, and we'll get into a few of those procedures a little bit later because I'm a big advocate of twice a day everything. So you're going to do this whole routine 2 times every day. That's my prescription, and you have to listen to me because I only want what's best for you. So that's all I have to say about that. See you in the next video.